I like that sweater you're wearing.
It's cute. A good Value Village find. It has like, I can't,
Ooh.
ASMR for everybody, but it has cool
Someone
little,
just exited out.
Yeah.
They're like, I did not get a warning.
No. It's my stoner. Why do I feel like I can't talk about like weed normally? I'm like, it's my stoner. It's my stoner.
It's
sweater.
for marijuana smoking.
It's for pot smoking. Anyways, welcome to episode 4 of the Lonelycast. I'm Abigail.
And I'm Brittany.
Yeah, and today...
Those are our names.
Those are our names. Today, we're not stoned yet, but we will be in a bit.
Momentarily, yes.
Momentarily. So yeah, we're gonna go get high. Why are we doing this again, actually, before we...
It is episode 4, and it was recently 420, so Abby had the brilliant idea to do a 420 episode. And I smoke weed most days, so this is fine for me.
I actually...
This is perfect.
I've been practicing. I've been warming up for this, because I haven't actually smoked, like, weed with THC in it probably since July of last year.
Oh, wow.
And then from there, I, like, smoked CBD, like, once or twice in December.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was 420, and I was like, well, maybe I should indulge. And so I was like, all right, I gotta go to the dispensary. I went to the dispensary for the first time. And dispensaries in Quebec are, like, all government-owned, obviously, and, like, but they're all, like, SQDC. Like, they're all, like, provincial. It's not like in Alberta where we just have, like, a bunch of dispensaries owned by a bunch of different companies. It's, like, very, Anyways, so I went there, and being me and knowing my tolerance, I was like, well, it's going to be absolute dog shit, so I'm going to get, like, I got, like, a indica, but it's 4% THC and 8% CBD, and I was like, that sounds great. That sounds perfect. That sounds like exactly what I need. So I took it home, and I was like, oh, I'm going to, like, smoke and then make some dinner and just, like, watch a movie, and it's going to be great. Well, I ended up smoking 3/4 of one pre-roll, not expecting to get absolutely blasted off my ass by 4% THC. But I did. And so I, like, kind of panicked for a minute because I was like, what the fuck did I just do to myself? But I ordered sushi on Uber Eats, got my sushi. I started watching a podcast that I watch, but for some reason, even though the episode literally had come out that day and I had not listened to any podcasts all day, while I was, like, listening to it, I literally thought that I had already heard it before, and everything that they were saying I had, like, already listened to. And I was so concerned because I was like, first of all, it shattered any idea of what I thought deja vu was. I thought I genuinely had, like, dreams where I would, like, be able to see the future and then things would happen, but it's literally just a thing that your brain does, because, like, there was absolutely no way that I listened to that podcast episode before it came out. But anyways, so that was kind of, I had to switch that programming because I was losing it. And then I ate 2 bowls of cereal, a grilled cheese sandwich, and woke up the next morning feeling really gross, but it was fine. So I've been smoking a little bit every single day since, just to, like, try to help my tolerance, but I can barely, like, smoke. Like, I'll take, like, a few hits of a blunt and I'll be like, I'm done. That was insane. So that's where I'm at with my weed smoking.
I'm in quite the opposite boat. That was me, like, last year.
Yeah.
Like, I would take a puff of my friend's joint and be like, I need to stop. I'm seeing God.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. It wasn't that bad. But the quarantine got me pretty into marijuana. I'm sorry, Mom.
No, that's fair.
My mom's a big fan of the podcast, by the way, so hey.
Oh, hey, Brittany's mom.
Don't really want her listening to this episode.
My mom is going to lose her mind as well. It's fine. Hi, Mom. Love you, Mom.
I've been using like an oil lately, and it's knocks you on your ass. I only use it if I'm like, no, I'm gonna sit on the couch and watch a movie, or I'm gonna sit and like play a video game. But yesterday, I was getting a beer with a couple of friends, and I was like, I'm just gonna take like way less than what I usually take.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine. And then it'll like probably kick in by the time I leave, because I'm only gonna go for like an hour. And I'm gonna come home and then get high, and it's perfectly timed.
Yeah.
Sat down, had a sip of my beer, and immediately it kicked in.
Oh no.
My friend said I was acting fine, but I was like panicking. I would like whisper something and be like, "Oh no, never mind, that's stupid," or like. And I was just like staring off, and I was in my brain like, "Holy shit." So that's like an on the couch type thing.
Yeah.
But I enjoy a casual joint here or there. Mal picked up some pre-rolls for this episode, so shout out to him.
Go Mal.
Maybe let's go smoke.
Yeah.
And then I have more stories about like.
Oh, same. I have to tell you about what I did today too. So like,
yes, absolutely.
That's important.
Do you want to do that first?
No. I'll tell you when I get back. When we get back.
When we get back.
Yeah.
Should we do like a jump cut where we like jump back into frame? Is that doable? Abby edits, so I'm like, Abby, put lasers.
Trying to think. I could do like a cool transition in between the clips. Exclusive.
Okay. We're gonna come back and we're not gonna remember to do that.
Dude, I'm depressed as hell. I can't. I low effort.
This would be a really interesting episode. Because I feel like we're both in like a weird headspace.
Oh, 100%.
And then on top of it, we're gonna be high, so.
Oh, it's gonna be great. This is gonna cheer me up. I swear.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay, are we good?
Are you asking me or yourself? And then you're gonna tell the story.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh
All
dear.
Right. So, this morning, I woke up at like 6:30, as I do on weekends, because I literally have nothing else to do.
Freak.
Not even sleep. I'm a morning person. So I like made my breakfast, made my tea, hopped on Tinder at like 8 a.m. because I was feeling frisky, I guess.
It's the worst time to be on there.
Yeah, well, this guy messaged me at like 8:30 and was like, hey, like, what's up? And I was like, hey, not much. And we were talking about being early morning people. And then he was like, hey, do you want to go to the dog park with me? I'm leaving now. And I was like, sure, let's do it. So I was still in bed, but I got myself up ready in like 20 minutes, ran out the door, met this guy at the dog park, and had like a 45-minute dog park date, like first thing this morning.
What kind of dog did he have?
He had, I think it's like a Doberman mixed with something.
Okay, good dog.
Yeah, good dog, big dog.
Continue.
But I don't know, it went well. It was kind of weird. Like, I've never been on a morning date before, and I really appreciate it. Like, it's honestly my perfect date because I appreciate people that ask me out quickly, that like don't take too much time trying to get to know me over messages. Like, it just doesn't ever work out well. Mm-hmm. And then like an outside walking date. Oh my God. Like, and if you plan the date like within 12 to 30 minutes of us having to go on the date, like that's even better.
You just like it quick.
Yeah, because then I don't have any time to overthink it, because you know I will do a full tarot spread before I go on a date with somebody. And that's not... I
miss you reading my cards.
Oh. That, I remember that. I made
panic.
you cry. Again, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I asked for it. I remember that, though. I
yeah.
was like, wait,
that was like
this
one of the
is
first...
really accurate.
It's like one of the first few times that we hung out together too.
Yeah.
And you were just like on my living room floor crying. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now we're here.
Yeah, bonding experience. How was your day? What did you get up to today?
Wait, so was it actually a good day or was it bad?
Yeah, no, it was actually a good date.
Oh, I thought
cool.
you were...
No, I
had
just...
a bad day.
I just wanted to...
get bad.
Well, and then my day got bad because of
my
own brain.
So
no one else had anything to do with that. Yeah. No, it was
cool.
It was a good date. And he asked me, actually, he was going to ask me to go get drinks this evening. And then we were like, 8 p.m. curfew. And I was like, and I have this podcast to record. And he was like, what's your podcast? Now, actually, the first question he asked was, what is a podcast? Because he's very French in it. I was like, I don't know, like a radio show. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. That's what a podcast is.
Radio show sounds so old-timey.
I know. But
hey.
That's like, welcome to... I almost made a 420 joke. I stopped myself before I did. I can't.
Did you take theater at all?
Yeah. I was a theater kid.
I remember the weirdest day when we were talking about like radio shows and stuff. It was like part of like one of the units.
Yeah.
There was a day where my drama teacher turned off all the lights and got us all to lay down on the floor and then just played a radio show for the entire class.
Wait, like in your heads or with headphones on?
No, like he played it over a speaker. He's like, I want you guys to like, just eyes closed, just like picture what they're saying. And I was like, I'm laying on this dirty ass floor alongside my peers.
Oh no.
This is so strange.
He's like probably one of those like really cool like high school drama teachers that's
he was.
This radio show absolutely just moved me last night at 12 a.m. while smoking a fat blunt. I need to share this with my students.
Well, not so much that.
Oh.
He was like a short biker from New York with a long ponytail.
Oh, I pictured
he wore
him
a leather
bald
jacket
for some reason.
Sort of balding.
When you said biker, I pictured a cyclist. So I was like...
You're like, wait, but I'm right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was describing. No, like he had a motorbike and he wore a leather jacket all the time. It was really cool.
Wow. Yeah, no,
but I was... That class, I was like, I feel like you just want to go take a nap. And so you're like, just... Everyone lay on the floor and experience this.
Literally.
I'm gonna go hang out.
My high school drama classes were pretty intense, I guess. Because I went to Victoria's School of the Arts.
Oh, right. So of course, you took theater.
So, yeah. I was in advanced acting and directing. And... some of our warm-up exercises were very art school, liberal arts school. It was a lot of convey different emotions with your breath and also animalistic noises and crawl around on the floor and feel the emotions of someone who just lost their sister to cancer. Like,
Jesus Christ.
It really was fun, I guess. I really hated it at the time. I thought it was super cringe. I honestly still think it's super cringe. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah. But fun times. Good times. Fast times at Ridgemont High.
When did you first smoke? Were you at all smoking in high school?
Mom, cover your ears. Yeah, I smoked for the first time in the 11th grade, I think. I was, like, introduced to weed because of all of my art friends that I made. Mm. And I think it was, like, at a high school party, and it was, like, a strawberry pipe. Like, it was a pipe shaped like a strawberry, but it was, like, a glass pipe. And I passed that around with about 8 other people. I think I went out to smoke about 13 times, and literally the whole night I was like, I don't actually think I'm high. guys. I don't think I'm feeling anything. I could keep smoking and nothing bad is going to happen to me. And nothing bad did happen. Well, that party was a whole other thing. But,
It's very mysterious.
There's something very embarrassing and very cringe that I should not say on this podcast happened at that party.
Say it.
Okay, well, my boyfriend at the time and I originally had just decided we were going to sleep in someone's tiny closet, which didn't work out for very long. We were, like, huddled up together. We were like, yeah, this is totally going to work. We get our own little space. It's so great. It didn't last for very long, and we ended up sleeping in a bed with, like, 6 other people. It was just, like, a queen-size bed, and everyone was kind of just, like, angled at weird angles. I don't know if I should say this part.
You don't have to. It'll keep the mystery alive.
I also ended up getting fingered for the first time in that bed that night. I'll decide when I'm sober if I'm gonna actually cut this out, because I feel so bad for literally everyone in that bed. We thought we were being so sneaky, but I'm sure people knew. We thought everyone was asleep. And that's not okay. Don't ever do that to somebody. Don't ever do that to unconsenting parties. Like, that was very wrong of us. But that was high school. We were 15,
I was
16.
not expecting that.
We were 16. Wait, you weren't?
No.
I thought it was obvious.
Something embarrassing happened at a party. I thought it was gonna be like you, like, threw up or something, and you're like, oh my god.
No.
You're, like, the drunkest one there.
No.
Damn.
Mm-mm. I didn't drink that night, really. Yeah. I was just, like, fully on weed, and I was like,
On the
I'm
weed.
fine. I was on the weed. Yeah.
That's so funny.
What about you? When was the first time you smoked?
I think the first time that I tried it, I think it was grade 10. It started young. But I tried it once and it didn't do anything to me, which I hear a lot of people it's the same.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, that's lame. I'm not going to spend money on that.
Yeah.
And then like the second party that I went to where I actually like was drinking, I didn't quite understand how alcohol worked. So my friends and I were getting ready and we were drinking screwdrivers and I was like, oh, tastes like juice. This is so good. So I had a lot. And we got to this party and I was like, I'm really uncomfortable. There's so many people I don't know. Yeah. So I drank an entire Mickey of Fireball.
Oh, the Mickey of Fireball.
And then I went into, I'm so sorry, Mom, if you're listening. Very irresponsible of me. I genuinely just didn't know how it worked. I just wanted to like fit in with everyone. And I go to this garage that's basically hotboxed.
Oh my god.
And immediately I'm like, I need to go throw up. Spent like hours in the bathroom. Oh, no. Didn't throw up once. I was just like so out of it. And my friends have some pretty funny videos of that night of me just sitting on the floor like talking to nobody. But after that, I just didn't want anything to do with it because I was like, that is so scary. Yeah. But then, end of grade 10, my high school boyfriend was graduating, and they were having like a little like party at one of my friend's lake lots. So we get there after driving for like, it was like a really long drive. It was pretty out of town. We got there, vibes are great, you know, eating, I think, some hot dogs and whatever. My friend who owned the lake lot, or like his family did, it was like his older brother's friend had a bag of like, I think it was weed cookies. And he started handing them out, and I was like, well, I don't want to say no because everyone's doing them, so peer pressure. I was like, I'm going to take one of these, and worst mistake of my life. My one friend took way too many and, like, wandered off into the woods. Then I followed him, and then he just, like, stood staring at the lake and then projectile vomited. So I ran and got my other friend, and we all went to go, like, make sure he was okay. He just had a little too much. Mm-hmm. But then that freaked out my boyfriend at the time, and he's like, we need to go to bed right now. There's something in those cookies. And I was like, there's nothing in those cookies. He just ate, like, a lot of them. But he's like, no, we need to go right now. So we drove like 4 or 5 hours together or something stupid.
Oh my god.
And then hung out with everyone for like maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then went to sleep and then drove home first thing in the morning.
Oh my god. Oh no.
But another thing is that one of our friends that also took them like disappeared midway through the night apparently, and then in the morning was like had like a lay around him.
Oh my god.
Like he like wandered off to like a different lake lot or something. But I was like leaving and I looked over and I was like, where did you go? Where have you been?
Wait, that's so fun.
Yeah, he usually disappears. That's like his thing.
Yeah. God.
But yeah, other than that, I feel like all through high school and even coming out of it, my experiences with weed were just like not great. So I was like, I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. I feel like all of my high school time was pretty cringy and embarrassing. So like I can't really figure out if like what I was doing was normal and it was like not cringy or embarrassing, or like if I was smoking weed and doing like very cringy and embarrassing things. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. The one thing that I've been really obsessed with recently is, I don't know if you've watched any of the episodes, but it's called She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. And it's a kid's show on Netflix. Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I've heard of it.
I finished the entire thing this week. And I'm just, like, gonna put this out there. If anyone, like, wants to just consume queer content and, like, queer media and stuff, She-Ra, the Princesses of Power is perfect. Like, it's such an amazing show in the way that it shows complex relationships, and none of the male, like, there's very few, like, cis men characters in the show, but they showcase masculinity in a way that is, like, so not close to toxic masculinity. Like, they don't slip into that. And all of the characters are just so, like, well done. And there's different, like, relationship stories that are shared. And it's, like, super diverse and inclusive. And it's just, like, it's a really cool show. And the lessons are phenomenal because they're, like, multi-layered. So, like, kids can understand it, obviously. But then there's, like, bigger themes that kind of resonate with, like, adults. And it's just, like, it's a good, wholesome watch if you are looking for that. But, yeah.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
I'll have to give it a watch.
Mm-hmm.
I've been pretty into cartoons lately.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen like the newer DuckTales.
I haven't.
It is so fucking funny.
Oh, really?
And it's like the same and more so in the humor of it, where kids will find it funny, but also adults. Like there's some jokes in there for us. Mm-hmm. And oh my god. It's so good. Every time I watch it, I'm just like, I never would have thought I'd laugh like this at DuckTales.
Yeah.
Oh, my coworker was telling me, apparently there's some, I don't know, like, what show or movie they explored it on, but they have, like, this really intense history for Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Oh.
And, like, why Donald has custody of them.
Oh, really?
And apparently it's, like, their mom was Donald's sister, and she was a nurse in the army, and that's where she met their dad. Mm-hmm. And then they both passed away, and Donald got custody of them, and he met Daisy because Daisy was the dad's sister.
Oh.
So, like, she wanted to be around to take care of her nephews, and so they, like, started dating.
Aww.
I mean, my coworker could have made all of that up and is just fucking with me.
Yeah, but that's, like, some
Reddit
shit, you know?
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
It's
It makes
really
sense.
sad.
I mean, like, it's sad, but that's a good origin story. It sounds like something that, like, a fan made up, though, just to kind of, like, fill the gaps and give that emotional pleasure. But, like, oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so nice.
It's pretty wholesome.
Yeah. Wow. What else? Anything else? Do you watch Disenchanted? Disenchantment?
I've watched, I watched an episode, but I didn't get that into it. I'm getting better at, like, I understand that pilots of shows are usually not a good representation of what the show is actually going to be like, but I didn't find it that funny, so I haven't really watched it.
That's fair. That's fair. No, that's a good one. I'm not gonna like keep listing off cartoons, but you've watched The Midnight Gospel, right?
Yes, it's so good.
Yeah, that was like a beginning of quarantine one. Maybe I'll have to rewatch it. Give my life some meaning.
I think I might too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to rewatch BoJack Horseman again. That's one that I watched in quarantine. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have. It makes me sad though. Like I can't.
It's so funny, but like, yeah, it really gets you in your feels and like thinking about life. But it's like, it's phenomenal. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It slaps.
Yeah, it's like
like
perfect. Like the comedic timing in that show is amazing, and just like weaving in like the two like polar opposite of themes, but like it's so true because comedy and mental illness, they're intertwined. I realize I have to speak words on this podcast.
Hands.
Oh shit.
I was like, what is she doing?
Yeah, so I don't know. BoJack. I'm gonna have to like absolutely hack away at this podcast.
No, you're doing great.
Yeah.
We're doing great. I was gonna mention something. Oh, have you seen all the Spy Kid movies?
Yes, 100%.
Something I remember as a kid is his name is Junie, I think.
Oh yeah, the red-haired kid.
Yeah, I think it's Junie, but he wears colorful band-aids on his hands because he has warts.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was a kid, I was like, that looks so sick. I like wanted to do it.
Did you ever?
I probably did like once, but
yeah.
Like, what a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I was like, oh, he looks sick.
Oh, I fucking love those movies. I honestly, like, my next door neighbor and we would play spies all of the time because of it. And sometimes we'd get his older sisters to play with us, and they would be, like, the directors of the FBI or whatever. So, like, they were the ones that were, like, creating little, like, identity, like, name tags and badges and, like, little cards and, like, giving us missions and everything like that. It was very immersive.
Really cute.
It was very awesome. Yeah.
I wish I was a kid.
Me too, but then I also think, like, I kind of like being an adult because I can still, like, do all the things that I really wanted to do when I was a kid. I could be like, well, I want to eat whatever I want. I can do that. With repercussions, yes, but, like, if I want to treat my inner child, I'm treating my inner child.
It's a good way to think of it.
Yeah.
I need to stop eating whatever I want, though, because it's not sitting well with me. I've been eating like a pig. I was good for like a while where I was making dinner and stuff. But...
Yeah, no, I've fallen into that this week. It's also like the one thing I'm trying to train myself out of is like the snacking, like trying to just like, you know, when I get stoned, eat, like have a snack prepared, eat that, and let that be enough.
Yeah.
You don't need to constantly like orally fixate your entire life. Like you don't have to.
Food just tastes so good when you're high, though.
That is true.
Like a chocolate bar just tastes insane.
That is true.
My go-to is Itchy Band for sure, but that's like an every night thing.
Yeah.
It's just like a perfect midnight. Well, I guess it's kind of a meal, but it's a snack.
Grilled cheese is mine, which is arguably probably a little less. It's the dairy. It's just so much cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's so good. and like add a bowl of soup beside that. Wow.
What's your go-to soup?
That's a meal. I really like a good vegetable lentil. Like something a little bit hearty. Yeah.
Beef
what about
barley?
You? Ooh. So
good. I used to be really basic about soup. I was like, chicken noodle strictly. And then I tried a really good beef barley soup, and now it's like my favorite soup ever.
Yeah. Well, and you can get so creative with soups too. Like, I love it when I like find fancy little soup in the grocery store, and I'm like, you're coming home with me tonight, baby. And then I eat the whole entire thing of it, and I don't think you're supposed to do that, but I do. And it slaps, but you gotta have the grilled cheese on the side.
Yeah.
It doesn't slap the same without that.
What kind of cheese do you go with?
Oh, I usually just go with a cheddar because it's like the cheapest, but if I had to make my dream grilled cheese every night, it would be like either American cheese and old cheddar and some Granny Smith apples and like seared in a pan with butter. Like melt a bunch of butter in a pan and then put the grilled cheese in because it makes a difference. Like if you don't butter it and you just like let it kind of sear in that butter, oh my god. Can grilled cheeses even sear? That's a meat term. To me,
I didn't
they
even
do.
process that.
Yeah.
I would eat any grilled cheese, but yeah, I thought that cheese and apples together, like on a grilled cheese, sounded gross, and then I had it, and I was like, this is splendid.
My grandma used to just make us cheese and Granny Smith apples as like a snack when I was a kid. It's like a very, I feel like it's a very European, like, here's your apples and cheese. It's introductory charcuterie.
I just got cheese and bread. That's why I was such a chunky kid.
Oh.
It's a Portuguese thing.
Fair enough. Water break. That's
Everyone grab your water. It's a segment.
How much would I appreciate if at least one of our listeners like got stoned along with us and like just went
it's
on
a
this journey?
requirement to listen to this episode. So
my favorite compliment so far has been people saying that they wish that they could be a guest on it.
yes.
Or like be there and join the conversation. I think that's so sweet. We have a Discord, guys.
I'm excited to get to the point where we start bringing guests on.
Yeah, me too.
I think I want to try to get things going a bit. But I'm feeling good. The third episode I really liked.
Me too.
I was a little nervous in the first two. And now I'm high in this one, so we'll see how that comes out. But no, I'm just excited to be doing this with my buddy.
It's been going really good so far. All the feedback has been amazing. But this entire episode shouldn't be about that. People being really nice to us.
Just talking about how great the podcast is on the podcast.
Yeah.
Explaining why they should be listening to it.
Yeah. Oh my god. Actually, let's do this. Have you been listening to like a song or an album on repeat this week?
I've been listening to Kiss Me More by Doja Cat and SZA a lot. It's just a summer vibe. And the song Literal Legend by, I think her name's Aisha.
Yep.
I don't know, I'm trying to pump myself up as much as I can because I've been feeling not great about myself.
Yeah.
Album-wise, there are albums that I like listen to all the time. Not really anything new. Like Be the Cowboy by Mitski, of course.
Yeah.
In Rainbows by Radiohead.
Also
I think those are the two I listen to the most. What about you?
Songs, I guess like my song and album are linked. I'm listening to Slow Pulp's 2020 album that they released called Movie. I've always been a pretty big fan of Slow Pulp, but I didn't realize that they released an album last year, so it was nice going through and like listening to that all the way through. It's a brilliant album. It's amazing. But the one song, New Horse, it's the first song on the album. It just like, it speaks to me. It has like a line in there saying, talking about like, if I could treat myself better, something, something, something. I'm almost there, like I'm working on it, that kind of thing, where it's just like all about like healing and stuff like that. It's a good album, good bop.
Nice.
Also Kiss Me More by Doja Cat.
It's great.
It's really honestly making me miss going out, which is like such not something I'm used to missing, but yeah.
Oh, I feel like it's just the idea of not being able to that makes it that much more
Honestly.
pleasant sounding.
I think what I really miss is just like hanging out with my friends in the evening.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah, like having somewhere to go.
Yeah. Something to do together. Okay, we talked TV shows. Was there a movie that you watched this week that just like...
I rewatched Thor Ragnarok for like the 4th time.
Nice.
It's a perfect film. Okay.
Okay.
So I've been rewatching all the Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow me on Twitter, you know that because I don't shut up about it. But Thor is so different than, like, that one is so different from like the first few Thor movies and also just any other Marvel movie. Throughout watching, I was like, I think either Civil War or Ant-Man is my favorite, and then I came back to Ragnarok and I was like, this is it.
What did you like about Ant-Man? That's what I want to know too.
I don't Paul Rudd.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
That's probably.
I don't know, I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's the best Marvel movie. I think it was just fun. Some of them are really boring.
That's true. I really
don't like... The first two Thor movies were awful.
And I didn't like any of the Captain America movies, I'm not gonna lie.
I like Winter Soldier. Because it's just like so... It's just like an action movie. I thought it was fun. Yeah, but Ragnarok was directed by Taika...
Waititi?
I don't know how to pronounce... Yes. I was like, I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah.
But I'm obsessed with him because he's directed some of my favorite movies.
Amazing.
I don't know. Everything is so good about it. Like, it's just... The way my boyfriend explained it is the people who made it actually seem like they've read a comic book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, the outfits were perfect, the fighting sequences, having Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And using it twice and it being so good.
Yeah.
Like, they made the fight scene worth using that song, you know? I don't know, just overall, it's fantastic. And a lot of, like, the humor I find in Marvel movies is just, like, them being snarky.
Yeah.
But they had, like, actual jokes in Ragnarok, which was nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Big fan.
Aw, that's so good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that one.
Yeah, have you watched anything recently?
Mine's not as exciting as a Marvel movie, but I watched this really cool indie film. I feel like such a... Because I'm like, I was listening to like slow pulp, like I love their music, and I just like watched like an indie film this week. Fuck me.
Every guy I talk to on Tinder.
Literally, I'm the worst person. Like, my friends call me a fuckboy. That's like one of my alter egos. Is just a fuckboy.
You're like likable though, you know.
Yeah, that's true. What was that? Why did I... Yeah.
She said, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I am.
I just really like to feign false positivity. This movie, it's called Mr. Roosevelt, and I can't remember the name. It's not Jenny Slate, I don't think. No, it's definitely not Jenny Slate as the main actress, but she's another comedian. Had a bunch of my favorite comedians in it. It was just a genuinely funny movie, and it reminded me a lot of Edmonton. I've been feeling a little homesick this week. But basically, she was like an actress and comedian that moved to LA from Austin, Texas, and ended up breaking up with her boyfriend afterwards. But her boyfriend had her cat, and the reason she has to go back to Austin is because her cat dies. But there's like, it was going to take a few days and stuff before they got the ashes of the cat. So she ended up staying with her ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend. And it's basically just, it takes place over like a couple of days and just kind of like her spiral dealing with like the grief of losing her cat and the grief of realizing that her boyfriend has like moved on, and like her insecurity because she just feels like this new girlfriend like has one-upped her and all this stuff. And then she like meets some really interesting people and like bikes around and like just gets into a bunch of shit, and it's just like a genuinely funny movie. It made me laugh out loud. Like, if you're a comedy fan, look up Mr. Roosevelt on Netflix. It was amazing. It made me feel homesick, but it was like a very comforting movie. Like, it was good.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Have you watched I'm Thinking of Ending Things on Netflix?
I got 30 minutes into it, got bored, and turned it off.
Fuck.
But
give it another shot.
Okay.
I just am reading the book right now too. It's a Charlie Kaufman movie, so it's really confusing and like you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
But in a good way.
That's like probably one of the reasons why I turned it off. My brain, I'm like, if I can't understand things for more than half an hour, I give up.
You definitely have to be in the headspace for one of his movies, because there's times where I could not sit through it. You have to be like mentally there.
Okay. So I shouldn't watch it tonight. Yeah.
Depends how you're feeling. No, but that one's really, really good. The thing with his movies is like you either have to like watch it a second time or like just look up what it means to really appreciate it. But it's so good. He has my favorite movie is Synecdoche, New York. I have a quote from it like tattooed on me. It's
Which quote?
It's here we are for the moment alive. Like the full thing is like we're all hurtling towards death, yet here we are for the moment alive.
Yeah.
But it's such a bizarre movie that just explores like death and existing and all that fun stuff. But it made me feel so many things. And but yeah, it's one of those movies that you have to like read about or like watch again to appreciate. But all of his movies are so good. He did Being John Malkovich and and then
I watched that one for the first time this week too.
Oh really? What'd you think?
Fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Insane. His brain
also just like
nuts.
Yeah, that queer plot line. Chef's kiss.
Yeah. He also did Adaptation with Nick Cage, and the funny thing about that is like he got a grant or something to make another movie after Synecdoche, New York, because it did so well. And he made a movie about a guy getting money to make a movie. So, like, Nick Cage is supposed to be playing him.
Oh.
But I'm just like, his mind is so bizarre, and I'm just obsessed with him.
Okay. I'll have to watch more then, because no, I did really enjoy being John Malkovich. That was an excellent movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if they'll be able to pick up my neighbors walking around and talking, but I can hear
I don't hear
it.
anything.
Yeah, it should be fine, but just in case. Sorry guys, I have very thin walls in my building. Yeah, Being John Malkovich. Number one meal you've eaten this week? Either your favorite or the one you've eaten the most.
Ah, shit. Ooh, I had these like pork belly bao almost taco things.
Ooh.
Bao is like a steamed bun, I
Yeah.
think is what it is. So good though.
Yeah.
That was a favorite.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It's like it just like looks
Bao.
and tastes like a cloud.
Yeah. Oh. Where did you get that from?
I just got it from Greta. We've ordered from like a place that like specializes in bao.
Mm-hmm.
But Greta's is pretty good.
Okay.
For just like being in a bar.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
It might have just been because I was a little stoned, but
yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Fair enough. I think mine was soup and grilled cheese. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a simple gal.
Nice.
I also ordered. There's this place here called the Green Panther. It's like this vegan restaurant, and they have this really interesting and good like sweet potato vegan poutine, where instead of like cheese curds, it's like these tofu curds. And they have like a bunch of like green onions and stuff on top, and the gravy is vegan, and it's like the most delicious thing. It doesn't taste like poutine really at all. It's just kind of like the main ingredients of it. But it's a meal that is absolutely freaking delicious.
Mm-hmm. There's some really great like vegan and vegetarian options.
Yeah.
Like I've had hot dogs kind of gross me out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll eat them, but I've had these tofu dogs that were like way better than any regular hot dog I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's really great like chicken nuggets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We did a little haul once, I think, when we were planning this. Abby brought out all this, like, sausage and stuff, and then we kept talking, and she was like, oh, shit, I need to put this away.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. My grocery hauls.
We should do one.
Honestly, I want to.
Just on the
I feel like
YouTube
that's
channel?
my number one love language. Yes. What I eat in a week, it's really depressing.
I didn't eat it all today until 3 a.m.
I had 3 bowls of oatmeal at work. The free ones that we're only supposed to take one of. Oops. That was my meal. Bon appetit. Do you have any topics?
I think I was just gonna talk about Spy Kids and School of Rock.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Well, you haven't talked about School of Rock yet.
I think I might need an episode dedicated to that.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
For those of you who don't know, I'm obsessed with School of Rock. I'll put it on the Instagram maybe, but Mal and I lined up a line from Zach's song in the movie.
Yeah.
When we were counting down for New Year's. It's really embarrassing. But
Oh my god.
big fan, Jack Black. I'm in love with you. Oh, let's talk about that. I don't know if you've seen. No, you don't have Twitter right now.
No.
But people have been talking about how Jack Black is super attractive, but no one likes to say it, or something stupid.
Okay.
And I was like, I get that. Like, he's not conventionally attractive by like Hollywood standards.
Yeah, which also are just like racist and gross.
Yeah, and awful. But it's like people don't really like. He's hot.
Yeah.
His energy is fantastic.
No, he's.
But people don't really talk about it. Like, I don't really hear anyone saying like he's my celeb crush or like.
I don't know. Like, that is so weird to me because like I also agree, and like it's the reason why he plays leading men next to women like Cameron Diaz and like rom-coms and stuff. Or not Cameron Diaz. Fucking, what was the English girl that went over? Her name. The one from the Titanic. Elizabeth, no.
I don't know her name.
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet, yeah.
Kate
and
Winslet.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, and Gwyneth
In
Paltrow.
that
Like,
kind of shitty movie, Shallow Hal.
yeah, and I mean, maybe that's not the reason, is because he's actually attractive, according to Hollywood standards, because they have their own. But like, he can carry himself in a role and make it believable that a woman like that would be attracted to him. There are some rom-coms where like the ugliest fucking guy is cast, and then he like falls in love with the prettiest fucking girl.
But that happens in real life, so.
That is true.
Yeah, but anyways, Jack Black is a babe, and I'm in love with him. And I think my favorite thing about him is that he doesn't even feel like he's really acting, because he's like that in real life. You know, like him in School of Rock is him in person. He has a gaming
Yeah.
channel with this that he like brings his son onto.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I heard of that.
Yeah, it's called Jablinski Games.
I feel like him and Seth Rogen are kind of the same in that way, where like when they're on screen, they're kind of just themselves. I don't know how much. Like, Seth Rogen plays different characters, but it's the same guy just doing a bunch of different things.
I think that makes him a good actor. I feel like some people would disagree, but I'm just like, he's still conveying the emotion he needs to, and I'm getting who this character is, but he's like, it's so casual for him that he's just like kind of himself.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I'm sure he probably gets typecasted in roles too, right? So like, it's probably pretty easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
He started a weed company.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called Houseplant. I want to order it, but it's like always sold out.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Wait, Jack Black or Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Jack Black, and I was like, that doesn't...
No.
Yeah. Okay.
He's just the dad.
That's true. That's true. A dad with a gaming channel. Maybe I should start a gaming channel.
I want to. We've talked about this.
Let's do a joint gaming channel. I'll do like my Nancy Drew Click and Point Adventures, because nobody ever does gameplays for those. I've looked.
That's awesome.
There's clearly going to be a demand for them. I can be the person that streams on Twitch and plays Nancy Drew Click and Point.
I get so frustrated when I'm like thinking, like I'm nostalgic and I'm thinking of a game I played when I was a kid, and there's like no one has a video of it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone has played Fred Penner's Company's Coming. It was an Apple game only, I think. I don't think they had it for PC. I could be very wrong. But he's like, Fred Penner's like a children's songwriter and performer, and he made this game where it's basically just like you're house sitting for him. You have to...
I love kid games.
I made it sound very appealing. No, but it's like you have to like feed his cat and stuff, but to feed his cat you have to like help the cat get through a maze. And like there's just like, if you go through the whole house and you can like click on a picture frame and listen to a song, or click on this and play a little game. It was just so much fun, but like the only evidence of the game existing that's online is like from this random library in like the States.
Oh my god.
No gameplay, no pictures. Like if you try to look up Fred Penner, it's mainly just his website with his songs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I like lost my mind trying to figure it out. And I went to Reddit to like please help me find some more like evidence of this. My boyfriend thinks I'm crazy. And this guy was so fucking mean to me. He was like, it took me one Google search to find this, and it was the library link. And I'm like, that doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
But I was like, deleted my post. I was like, fuck Reddit. I'm never going on here again.
Babe, the Reddit boys are being mean to me again.
Literally, I get so nervous posting on there.
I don't think I ever have.
It's a great
I posted on Quora,
website.
which is probably more questionable. Quora's for like moms and grandmothers, and I love it so much. I have it on my phone, and it's just like when I'm bored, it is pure entertainment. It is the world's stupidest people. Well, that's a rude thing to say, but there's a lot of not sharp tools in the shed on that website. Yeah. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You won't get canceled for that one.
No. But yeah, it's a fun time. Quora, Reddit. Reddit's something else though. Reddit has breathed life into a whole genre of man that
I'm not a fan of.
No.
And that's not everyone. People on Reddit are like, a lot of people are super helpful and sweet, but there's definitely a group of them that are just so fucking mean.
Well, and I feel like it's the ones that always just like read Reddit, like use it consistently. that, like, I don't know. They're also the same boys that will, like, show you their entire camera roll on your first date, and you're like, wow.
Very cool.
Very cool photos of your skateboard and some grass, Chad. Absolutely love that.
Did you have any computer games that you played when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm. So, as mentioned, Nancy Drew Click and Point Adventure.
Of course, classic.
Obviously, her interactive, shout out. But I was actually thinking about this. I had a Stuart Little computer game that was, like, really similar to the Company's Coming one. Because it was just, like, basically doing, like, puzzles and stuff. And, like, avoid the rats. Avoid the cats. Fly a plane. Collect objects. There was also one, it was, like, Putt-Putt's Grand Adventure or Zoo Adventure or something like that. And I remember there's this video gaming channel, actually, that you recommended, I think, when I was talking about Call Me Kevin on Twitter. Mm-hmm. We were, like, talking about gaming channels. And you had mentioned one, and so I went to their channel, and they were playing this game. They were playing Putt-Putt's Grand Adventure. And that was, like, my awakening to remembering that video game from my childhood. But also I had, like, this Lego, like, game that was, like, open world. But you played, like, a pizza delivery guy, but you never had to deliver pizzas. I'm pretty sure that, like, you just had pizzas to throw as a weapon. That was, like, your thing. Mm-hmm. And that pizza delivery Lego guy was my first crush.
This is why you're the way you are.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. I'm just a little weirdo.
I'm a freak. I don't fit in. Wait, is that the line?
I think so. Have you seen me? Have you seen my hat?
Riverdale is just...
Honestly. I think, yeah, maybe I'll watch that tonight.
Don't do that to yourself. Did you ever go on, like, the Barbie or My Scene websites? Classic.
Girls Go Games.
Yes.
Girls Go Games. Play, like,
time management games.
Oh, yeah, time management games.
That's why I'm so stressed and anxious all the time, is because when I was a kid, I was playing these fucking time management games where you're just, like, like, panicking.
I played, on, like, I think it was... Because did you use, like, addicting games and Miniclip and stuff like that?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. On both Miniclip and addicting games, I think they had this motocross game where you basically just use, like, your arrow keys and you, like, had to go through the courses. I absolutely love that. I love anything that's, like, tier level challenging, and if you fail one, you have to go back to the beginning. That's like my favorite thing.
Yeah, what a time. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Just play some old games. A lot of them are, like, you can't play them anymore, but...
I know. But I think Miniclip and Addicting Games is still around, so maybe I'll peruse, try and do, like, the impossible test or impossible quiz.
I mean, I went on there, like, 2 weeks ago, so it's still up.
You're like, yeah, I know. It's my nightly ritual.
I play every day.
Suits me after a long day.
I dropped Abigail.
Ooh. Are you still recording?
Yes. Sorry for screaming.
No, that's
Sorry for screaming, guys.
I just wanted to make sure your phone didn't, like, press any buttons.
Yeah, I thought I did for a second. That's why I screamed. I have this vivid memory. So my dad and my mom separated when I was, like, really young. So I had this single dad who, it took him a while to, like, get his own, like, house. So he had this roommate named Brian who was basically Charlie Sheen. Okay, just, like, wore the same shirts he wore in 2.5 Men. Yeah. And just was getting babes, you know?
Oh my god.
Really nice guy. Love him a lot. But I remember at one point they were living in, like, a townhouse, I think. And this was, like, when I was, like, really young, so computers were not just something that everyone had. But he had one because he loved playing solitaire. And he kept it in the basement. And so the basement literally had, like, yellow shag carpeting, like, from the 70s. Like, wooden walls. And then he had this big-ass table because he would have his friends over for poker. And then there's just this big, like, white, chunky monitor on the end of this table.
Oh my god.
Cigar smoke in the air most of the time. But he told me, he's like, if you ever want to play any games, just go ahead. Like, as long as I'm not down there using it, like, you can use it. And I was like, yes, king. So little me in this, like, cigar smoke-filled room. I'm making it sound, like, really dingy, but it wasn't. But I'd play my little Barbie games at this big-ass table. It was a core memory.
Yeah. So fun, though. Did you ever do Stardoll?
Mm-hmm.
Stardoll.
I loved dressing up little dolls.
Oh my god, me too.
Mm-hmm. And I liked the makeup games, and yeah, I was really into time management games.
Yeah.
For some reason. Like, have you played Papa's Pizzeria?
No, but I think there's a lot of games.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't. It got me so stressed out.
Oh god. Okay, fair enough. Well, maybe I will, Brittany.
I mean, you're your own person, and I don't want to tell you what to do.
Maybe I need to be stressed out.
Yeah, I'm too chill right now.
I'm just too chilled out. Too chillaxed. Me and my stoner sweater.
Yeah, I should have brought mine. It's kind of
which is funny because I wore it to work this week as well. I think I might have worn it twice. No, did I? If I did, shame on me. But I don't think I did.
It's a good sweater.
Yeah.
Who cares? Outfit repeat. I hate that.
Yeah.
Fucking wear, if you like that shirt, wear it all week.
Oh.
No one's gonna say anything.
Well, they might.
That really stinks.
Yeah. Probably smell pretty bad after a while. But you know what? I'm a weed smoker now.
Abby's a big pothead over here. I'm gonna have to kick her off the pod.
Honestly.
My mom is on Match.com, and she showed me a message. This guy sent her this long-ass message, and she just didn't respond to it, and then he later sent her a longer message starting with, I'm assuming you didn't respond to me because you don't have much information on me, so here. Which is so fucking funny that his message got ignored, and he's like, oh, she obviously just needs to hear more about me.
Yeah.
But I almost peed my pants. It was just like, well, I do yoga, both hot and cold. I have a very strict 60-minute yoga session that I do most days, and I created it myself. And I was like, oh my god.
Wait, hot and cold yoga? What's cold yoga?
I don't know.
He does it outside in the snow. When there's no snow, he just opens up his refrigerator and he does yoga right
blasts
beside
his
it.
air conditioning.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I've heard of hot yoga, but what's cold yoga? But also, I'm just like, this sounds like the most boring person.
True enough.
I feel like cold yoga would be painful. Because isn't the point of hot yoga that it, like, loosens up your muscles or whatever?
Yeah, and, like, you sweat out all the toxins. Cold yoga is just, like, you're not gonna sweat, suffer. Everything stays inside. Yeah. Painful, for sure.
Not that I do yoga, so I wouldn't know.
Wait, what else did he do then? Like, 60-hour sessions?
Or nope. 60. He's like really into yoga.
Yeah.
No, like 60 he like made his own yoga session that he does daily, and it's strict. Mm-hmm. So he sounds like a blast.
Most fun people I know.
Well,
I think this is it.
Yeah, I want to go eat and play addicting games now.
I'm hungry. My brain is really not functioning. Anymore. So we're going.
We're out.
We
need to leave.
All of our socials are linked in the bio
Correct.
Of this episode. So you can follow us there, interact with us there. We'll see you next week when we post an episode. And yeah. Thanks for listening. And
Doug Hoyer made our intro and outro, and his Bandcamp will be linked below. Give him a listen. And yes, Also,
Oh.
join the fucking Discord.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That sounds really aggressive. But I really want it to be a place where everyone can talk. And we haven't really done much with it yet. But it'll be a fun little space. So, yeah. We'll catch you guys next week.